be going through the 7 most haunted places in Wichita Falls, so get an extra pair of underwear handy. First up on our list, the Goat Man, or as some people like to call it, the City View Monster. According to the reports, this guy lives just a little north of Wichita Falls, out on Wellington Lane, underneath one of the many bridges you'll find out there. In fact, people have reported seeing the eyes of the Goat Man peeking out from under the bridge late at night. Some rumors even say that the Goat Man's lair was once a dumping ground for animal bodies used during satanic rituals. Whatever's going on out there, we know it's some damn creepy stuff. Next up on our list is the Screaming Sheila Bridge. It's an old, half-destroyed bridge located a few miles away from the ghost town of Clara, which is a few miles west of Burke Burnett. And there's tons of stories surrounding this place. One of my favorites is, well, not necessarily a favorite, it's one of the stories I prefer, is that a husband and wife were driving one day, right? They swerved off the bridge, and his wife got pinned in the car. Well, the husband went out, or managed to get out of the car, walked all the way back to Burke Burnett looking for help, and when he got back, well, he found that his car had caught on fire and burned his wife alive inside it. Hence the name Screaming Sheila Bridge. There's a couple other stories about it. Feel free to check them out at 1063thebuzz.com. Number 3 on the list, Pinky's Cave. It's one of the more popular haunted places here in Wichita Falls. And in reality, it's simply a 3-mile-long drainage ditch that runs through town. Now, here's where the haunted part comes in. According to legend, a woman and her child once got stuck in the drainage ditch during a storm and ended up drowning. And according to people, you can apparently hear her and the child screaming throughout the tunnel, although it may just be the homeless guys making camp somewhere inside it. Number 4 on our list is Witch's Gate, a place many of you may have seen if you've ever been out towards Henrietta on Highway 287. It's simply an old burned-down mansion with a quite haunted past. Now, once again, there's several legends surrounding this place, and here's the thing, all these legends seem to take place in a different time period. So it's possible all of these stories are true, not just one of them. And one of the main ones is that, well, there's a pair of rich brothers who lived in the house. And of course, thieves, knowing they had money locked up in a safe inside, broke in, ended up tying up one of the brothers, shooting one of them. And, well, right before they left, they decided to untie one of the surviving brothers, who then went crazy, locked all the doors, and managed to burn the house down with everyone inside it, including himself. Luckily, they kept their cash, though. Alright, number 5 on the list, Witch's Gate number 2. Now, this one may not be exciting as the first Witch's Gate, but it's going to give you a thrill if you're driving by it late at night. It's the intersection of Haddon and Hammond Roads around Wichita Falls. Now, it's simply like a guardrail, but the way it's positioned is that when you're driving at it head-on, it looks like you're going to go straight through it. Now, there's also a story surrounding this Witch's Gate number 2. Apparently, kids used to park out there and do what kids do when they're young, and there was a man who had dressed in all black and went and knocked on their windows. Now, when the 2 kids managed to open their door and looked out, the strange man killed both of them without saying a single word. All they found at the crime scene the next day was a bloody hook hanging on the railing. Some people have even reported seeing the young couple standing behind the railing while driving down the road at night. Number 6 on our list is now a private residence of all things, the White Sanitarium. Originally opened in 1926, it's also known as the oldest sane asylum around town. Now, being that it was an insane asylum in the 1920s, you can just imagine what kind of creepy things happened there. People have reported seeing plenty of ghosts walking around this place, including a old school nurse and a couple of men inside playing cards. Now, while there may be people living in it today, that was not the case a few years ago when people would report seeing the lights on, even though it was vacated. Finally, number 7 on our list, it's the M building out at the state hospital. Now, I work at the state hospital in my spare time, and I've been by this building many times, and it gives me the chills every single time I pass it. It's the biggest building out there on campus, and also the most haunted, if rumors are to be believed. Now, the whole state hospital system out there was set up in the 1920s. And so, just like the White Insane Asylum, you can imagine the horrible things that went on out here. While this building still shut down, abandoned, doors are locked, no one's allowed inside. And of course, we have tons of stories about what may or may not have happened in this building. You can check them all out at 1063thebuzz.com. That does it for our top 7 most haunted places here in Wichita Falls. Casey Collins been here with you. Thanks for joining me. And if you like these 7, well, we've got 6 more of the haunted places right here in Wichita Falls you can visit. Make sure you check that out in the links below. And, well, keep it right here. We've got more great stuff on the website. I'll see you next time.